Hi folks, this is Tabi Asobi, and today I will share a quest that you can do for Lazurite Jewel farming in Sunbreak that becomes available pretty early in the game once you reach Master Rank. Yeah, so for a bit of background, I reviewed Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak with my co-worker, who goes by Munishiro, online, and we ended up speedrunning through the campaign of base Rise because we had to start from the very beginning with our PC review copy. That's because we originally played Rise on the Switch, so we didn't have access to all our gear and materials from that game. Unfortunately, this also meant that we basically had to go through Master Rank and finish the game without a good collection of decorations, which we had to craft again from scratch. Add the fact that some of the new level 4 decorations now require even more Lazurite Jewels, 6 to be exact, and you can go through your stock pretty quickly, especially if you're restarting the game from the beginning like we did. Now, prior to Sunbreak, the go-to source for Lazurite Jewels was stuff like Apex monsters. In fact, you can go back to those Apex monsters with Master Rank gear and raffle stomp them now. While laughing maniacally like a B-movie villain if you wish. There's just one problem. Those missions do not give Master Rank experience. Now that's not an issue if you don't care about the experience and just want jewels, but if you're trying to get to Master Rank 50, or even that lofty Master Rank 100 to unlock all the monsters in the game, every little bit of experience counts. So, enter the new quest. Now that's what I call great. See what you did there, Capcom. Yeah, so this mission unlocks at the quest counter once you reach Master Rank 2, so pretty early in the game. And then it has you hunt a Great Izuchi, Great Baggy, and Great Ragi. This quest is good for Lazurite Jewel farming for a few reasons. For starters, it gives a nice amount of jewels, usually 3 to 5 per run. Second, it happens in an arena, so you don't have to track monsters in a big map. Third, you fight 3 pretty weak monsters who have reduced hit points to boot. So, the result is quick hunts once you get the whole thing down. My buddy Munishiro, for example, who uses a light bowgun to farm here, says he can finish it in around 3 minutes solo. In fact, once I heard about it from him, I hastily slapped together a spread heavy bowgun set that isn't even fully optimized, and despite being quite rusty with heavy bowgun play when I did the mission that I record here, I actually still got it done under 6 minutes. And that's with some mistakes as well, as you can see in the video, and pretty much going in cold, so. I mean, honestly, I was rusty, so I even put a shield on there, but I should have just put a power barrel because that could have cut my times. And I didn't really need the shield if I paid more close attention, so a lot of opportunities here to cut my time for sure. Anyway, I recommend going in with the weapon that you're best at. However, if you're having trouble consistently pulling sub 6 minute times, my advice is to either use a light or heavy bowgun, which makes it much easier. If you're a bowgun main and have a killer set already, then you're all set. No pun intended. If not, it's still relatively easy to scrounge up a set together. In my case, I use the Tetranodon Grand Reversal Barrage Plus Heavy Bowgun, which is easy to get, has a good clip size, and lets you fire and reload spread ammo 3 while walking. And then for armor, I used a mix set with 3 pieces from Luchika's Artillery Core set, so the head, chest, and waist, and then mix that with Melahoa arms and legs. Luchika, by the way, for me, is hands down the best follower. Fight me! I've been meaning to do a video on that, even before the game came out, but just haven't had time. Anyway, as far as this set, I mean, yeah, you look like a pirate who got stranded in a deserted island inside the Bermuda Triangle, but layered armor is the answer to all your fashion troubles. So this set gave me maxed out ballistics, spread up, and evade extender, the latter being a bit of overkill, honestly, but it helps if you're not a bowgun player. Yeah, so those are maxed out, and then it gave me level 2 ammo up, recoil down, and steadiness plus level 1 reload. And this is before adding jewels, so it was a pretty good base using armor pieces I already had, especially given how my deco collection was pretty sparse at this point. And then you can just add jewels, maybe to max out your recoil, or your reload, or your ammo up, depending on what you have. Personally, I had stuff for raising affinity, including critical eye jewels and weakness exploit jewels. Anyway, here are some pre-hunt tips. First, make sure you gem in max poison resistance. So this makes the Ragi unable to poison you, so you don't have to waste time healing every time you get hit. I mean, you should avoid it, but sometimes you can just get hit, and so this helps with that. I also advise eating Dango Weakener at the canteen, because, I mean, hey, every little bit helps. And then if you're gunning, also go eat for Dango Temper and Dango Marksman. The rate's pretty low, but if you get it, then that's great. Otherwise, I guess you can use a voucher. Anyway, once you start the hunt, make sure to grab the Rainbow Perma Buffer before jumping down. And then if you're using a bowgun, you can switch to your ammo of choice ahead of time as well. And then my heavy bowgun happened to have Wyvern Heart as a special ammo, so I preloaded that too. Now, your first priority is to separate the Great Izuchi and Great Baggy by hitting one of the middle switches to activate the wall. I like to start on the Great Izuchi side because it's easier for me to deal with it. Also, dodging is usually better than blocking if you have a heavy bowgun with a shield, since you can actually recover faster, and that'll save you time as well. So your goal is to take down the Great Izuchi within a minute or less, so that would be before or just after the wall comes down. Just aim for its head as best as you can if you're gunning. And then after that, you switch to the Great Baggy. Your goal is to take it down before or just as the Great Roggy shows up, which should be about a couple of minutes, but less would be better of course. Make sure to also fight it on the south side of the arena because the Great Roggy shows up on the north side. This will actually buy you some time before the Great Roggy notices you in case you don't have the wall up. And then just like the Izuchi, aim for the Great Baggy's head if you're gunning. As you can see in the video, I didn't get as good a run compared to the Izuchi, so it took me about a couple of minutes. And then when fighting a Roggy, the good news is that its entire body is pretty much a weak spot. And so with max poison resistance, you can take several poison cloud attacks before you need to heal. And then just pump it full of lead and there you go. Easy peasy baked macaroni. Or baked Roggy. Anyway, there you go. A guide to easily farming Lazurite Jewels while also earning Master Rank experience. Let me know how it works for you, or if you have your own recommendations for Lazurite Jewel farming. As always, just leave any thoughts or questions you may have in the comments section. Once again, this is TabiSOB, and thank you for watching.
ちょっとマジになっちまった。